Sure. By going back to an issue that I know you know is important to me and one that we've discussed at length on a number of occasions, and I appreciate your follow-up and your advocacy on these. As you know, STEM education has been an issue that's been very important to me and important to Massachusetts and my district. The area of particular interest to me and what I wanted to push on with you a little bit is middle skill jobs, coordination with community colleges and vocational schools. There's a report from the Brookings Institute came out about a year ago that highlighted facts that I'm sure you're very familiar with, but that 26 million of all jobs, or excuse me, 26 million U.S. jobs, 20% of all jobs require a high knowledge in any one STEM field. Half of all of STEM jobs, though, are available to workers without a four-year college degree. Those jobs pay, on average, $53,000 a year, about 10% higher than jobs with similar educational requirements. STEM jobs that require high level of knowledge or high over at least a bachelor's degree are clustered in certain metropolitan areas that we all know: Silicon Valley, Cambridge, Massachusetts, San Jose. But other STEM-based economies require jobs are available for those that require less than a bachelor's degree. There's robust economies in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Birmingham, Alabama, and Wichita, Kansas as well. And I guess my question for you, Doctor, is through much of the report that I've reviewed, there seems to be an absence of focus on community college, vocational schools, vocational training, technical training. And I wanted to get your thoughts as to one, where the administration is on this, and two, how we can be helpful and supportive.
We are aware of the gap in high skills worker education short of four-year colleges. Just a couple of months ago, we brought a large number of community college presidents into the White House to discuss what they're doing and how we can be more helpful in what they're doing to link up with manufacturing firms in their regions to create curricula that match training to the jobs that are actually available in those regions. The National Science Foundation's budget in the President's FY15 proposal has something over $60 million for NSF's Advanced Technological Education Program, the ATE program, which centers on education of technicians for high technology fields. So this is something we're working on.
And I appreciate that, Doctor. You visit, or I visited a number of vocational schools and technical training schools in my district. These kids are coming out excited about math, excited about engineering, excited about science, building things that I certainly never built when I was in high school. I still know the quadratic equation. I don't know what good that's doing me. These kids are building things that actually can work, and when their plumbing gets backed up, they can fix it, and I got to call one of them to come fix it. So I guess my point is these are jobs that aren't going to get outsourced. These are jobs that, as studies have shown, have a high earning capacity, and there's jobs that are available today that are going to be available in the future. And I would just ask that the administration continue to focus on this, and if there's ways that we can be helpful on it, we certainly would like to be as well.
Well, thank you, and we will keep focused on it.
Thank you. And one other issue that I know my time is running short, but I wanted to see if you could comment on. There's been a couple of articles of late, even just in the past couple of weeks, about the prevalence or increasing prevalence of private philanthropy to take over some of the, or to fill the need, the gap, if you will, from some of these, from the retraction in government funding for basic research. Much of this philanthropy is obviously very well needed, and we should encourage it, and I certainly encourage it. The issue with it is that it is often pinpointed to a specific target by the donor, which is great, and it's their money. They should do what they want with it. But do you see any long-term challenge with relying more and more on private philanthropy to fill the need here if we're not making as there seems to be broad-based support for this idea that this is one of the essential areas of basic responsibilities of government, yet an unwillingness to make that commitment?
I don't like the idea of calling it reliance on the philanthropic sector. I think we should welcome the engagement of the philanthropic sector in funding research in general and basic research in particular. And there is a new consortium of major private foundations which is working together to try to boost funding for basic research rather than, as you note, targeted research. There is a lot of the latter. We have some very important philanthropic support for the BRAIN initiative that this administration has launched from a number of private foundations, but we are getting support as well for increased philanthropic funding of basic research. But that does not mean that the country can rely on that. It's not going to be big enough. The government needs to continue to meet its fundamental responsibility to support basic research in this country. We would like to be able to support more of it in this budget, and again, we will support more of it in this budget if we get the Opportunity Growth and Security Initiative supported by Congress.
Thank you, Doctor. Mr. Chairman, thank you for the extra time.
Thank you, Mr.